today's 913 day that I'm here to lessons to learn. I'm learning how best to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about one idea, one topic that is very, very, very common. And every single person, I think that they need to deal with that over their lifetime and learn how to deal with it. And what is that? What is that one every single person needs to deal with? And that is opinions. Opinions. Opinions of yourself, opinions of other people, opinions about yourself. There's so many opinions around us. And if you're not learning how to really work with them, a lot of times we'll fall short in life because opinions are very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. We can lost in them because what we're supposed to seek is really truth, facts, similarities, not differences, and beliefs and faiths and values and the things that really allows us to move us forward. But what opinions does is a lot of times opinions could hold us back from really making things happen. So today we'll share 10 things that we really need to be really aware and not fall into those things. So number one is seeking validation, constantly seeking validation based on your opinions. So that means we're not supposed to share our opinions to get validated them. Because other people do not know what we're going through and they don't know current situation. Because a lot of times we have an opinion, we have an idea that we want to share and we are looking for validation from other people before we taking action. But why we are looking for validation? We're supposed to take action and really validate our idea, validate our opinion based on our action, not on other people's validation. And it's very, very important that if you really want to validate the idea, if you want to validate opinion, you need to be very, very careful who you validate that opinion with. Who you validate that opinion with. Look into even Elon Musk. He started SpaceX. He wanted to really pursue his passion because he was inspired by amazing people. But those amazing people didn't like that he started SpaceX. So that means if he pursued the people that he admires and asked their advice, he could, and get their opinion, he could quit on his dream. So that means being and really looking for other people's validation sometimes is very, very dangerous. And it could really keep you from taking action and making things happen. Even for the best of us are happening that. It happened for me as well. I know that I really shared my dream. And so it says that you need to be very careful with your big dreams. Don't share your big dreams with small minds. I'm speaking about small minds in that specific niche. But it's no small minds. Every single person, I believe, is tremendously beautiful and gorgeous and smart and intelligent. It's just they're not smart potentially in that area that you want to pursue. So it's very, very important. Opinions not supposed to be valued by other people, but by you and by action. Number two is arguing for the sake of arguing. I was there as well. I really wanted to argue. And I think that this is sometimes it's a waste of time and energy. There's so much more that you can do besides arguing. So much more. Unless your job is debating and you want to practice or constantly arguing for just arguing, maybe that's only reason that why you potentially could do that. But other than that, you need to say, what is my vision? What is my aspiration? Who I need to become and work towards that. Not just argue about opinions. That is very, very dangerous to really argue about opinions because opinions don't have any base, not foundation. So two people argue about their opinions. They could argue for years and not get in the same page. So this arguing just for the sake of arguing is majority of the time, 99% of the chance is waste of time. So if you catch yourself that you are arguing about opinion, you say, okay, do I need to invest time into argue about this opinion? Or should I do something more meaningful? And most time, if you catch yourself, you'll find that, okay, I need to step away, step out of this conversation and move something more meaningful. Number three is refusing to consider other perspectives. This is very, very, very powerful. I think that I have been there as well. I think that every single person been there that they just refuse to see other person's perspective. And I think that we're able to grow through that. Because when I was younger, I really wanted to argue all the time. I want to not see other people's opinions. I don't see other people's perspectives. Just my way is highway because that's my dad was showing me and monkey see, monkey do. That's how I used to do. But I went saw perspectives, show other leaders how they really connect with the people, how they really making sure that the other person feels that they understand them before they try to be understood. So that means that leader is trying to understand the other person first before trying to explain everything. And this is very, very powerful. So that means that when you're able to really see your opinion and truly believe in it, it's 100%, and then really look into your other's perspective. Because one of the things is that when you do not believe in your opinion very, very, very hard, when you have that weak opinion, at that moment, a lot of times people are refusing other perspectives even the most. But when you have very strong foundation of your opinion, your idea, your inspiration, you're not afraid to really look into other side because you know the truth. Because when you know the truth, it's much easier to look in other perspectives. So that means if you're afraid to look in other perspectives, maybe you need to invest more time to understand your opinion, your truth, to make sure that doesn't happen for you again. Number 4 is engaging in online debates. This is probably one of the weirdest things that there is so much debates with people that you do not know. And why? Because I think that when you have a disagreement on opinions with somebody that you care about, I care a lot, that means that I still see some value to really debating and arguing and finding the common ground. But when you have that online debate and you're on a social platform and you're debating with some kind of name that you have no idea who that person is, and really trying to prove them that they are wrong, that's the worst thing ever. That is a waste of time ever. So that means that why are you supposed to care about a person who is not willing to show true face? Because a lot of times those people are just not willing to accept any truth. They are not able to and willing to accept any other truth than they just own. So online debates are probably with people that you do not know is probably one of the worst things that you could do with your opinion and share. So if you really want to spend more time that is beneficial for you, so maybe better is to look for people who are amazingly good, that is very validated, are amazing in that niche that you're looking for. Look for people who agree with you and people who do not agree with you, so you can really learn from both sides. Because if you look into only opinion that agree with you, of course you waste time. Number 5 is identity attachment. A lot of times people attach their identity on opinions, and this is very, very dangerous because we can really become addicted to the way of we looking to ourselves. But opinion sometimes is not true. So that means we need to say that, okay, how my opinion is true, because a lot of times when we think about identity, we need to understand that we need to take actions to build identity, to build character, to understand who we are as a person. Because if you used to be somebody in the past, you're not now. Because if you won kind of championship 20 years ago, you're not now that person. And this is very powerful, understand that what was in the past is not who you are. Who you are is who you are right now. And I ask the question, who you are right now? And that means that your opinion needs to be based on current situation, not the past. Because you get addicted to the past opinions about yourself. And that's why a lot of times, because you have opinions about yourself based on the past experience, it doesn't allow you to get out of the jail of that opinion that you could move to become the best version of you. So opinions could be a jail for yourself if you're addicted to that opinion about yourself. Because we are able to understand, like, what is our vision? What is that aspiration? Who you want to become? And then, okay, what kind of goals do I need to take on? What kind of things do I need to do? What kind of actions do I need to take to really to become that person? So that means I will be able to change opinions about myself because I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm improving. And that's the most important part, to understand that we are able to change our opinions about ourselves based on action that we take on consistent basis. So our opinions, of course, not based on future, not on past, but of what we're currently doing and who we are becoming. And of course, our opinions need to change constantly, because we don't want to get in jail of our opinions about ourselves. Number 6 is echo chambers. This is a very, very interesting thing. Echo chambers. And I already mentioned just a second ago that we're not supposed to look for people who really echoes what we say. We need to look for people who really say totally different things. We need to question our beliefs, because when you're able to question your beliefs, what happens? What happens when you question your beliefs? Do you get doubtful about your beliefs, or do you get stronger in your belief? Of course, you can become stronger because you question it, and now if someone asks the same question, you are not afraid to answer because you question it, you answer it, you went through those questions and doubtful questions. You understand that you are devil advocate for yourself. So it means you understand the one side and other side. You become so much more powerful when you know both sides rather than one side itself. Because sometimes, I know that is truth, but when you really connect with someone who is very, very strong on the other side, and he starts asking questions, you start to doubt your opinion, doubt your belief, because you never question by yourself. And now, of course, after that person asks a question, you doubtful, you start to think, but after you really think it through, you find the solution. So that means that if you had that time for yourself, you potentially could really answer the question and help that person to understand your perspective. But because you were not ready, you were not able at that moment. And of course, that's why I truly believe that we need to question our beliefs, question our opinions by ourselves, not wait until other people question that for you. Number 7 is confirmation bias. And this is very, very similar to echo chambers, but it's different because when we're looking for information to educate ourselves, when we're looking for information to educate ourselves, a lot of times we're looking for information that confirms our opinions, not denies it. That confirms, not denies it. So that means that a lot of times when you're looking for information, again, we need to be very, very open-minded, because it's very, very easy to fall into confirmation bias. I fell probably hundreds of times. And after a while, you're like, I fell in that. I need to really look into the other side as well. Because this is a consistent battle to really understand that confirmation bias is very, very easy to fall into. And you all need to be aware when you catch yourself, okay, let's go in the other side. Let's look into what other people think. Let's look into why they think this way. And when you're able to do that, of course, you're becoming so much more powerful because you're able to connect for both sides and you know your truth, your opinion, your idea, but you're able to connect for both sides because you understand that most opinions doesn't have one truth. Most have 70% truth and 30% truth, 80% of truth, 20% truth, 90%. There's not 100% truth all the time. Unless it's some kind of laws, gravity law, of course, it's 100% truth. If you throw something from the window, it will go down, not up. That's 100% truth. Some laws are 100%, but a lot of times opinions, especially politics about people, and they share that is 100%. It's not. There's always half truth even. And sometimes it's when you really have 51% and 49% truth, it's very, very hard to really find that common ground because they both believe that is 100% truth their way. Number 8 is emotional attachment. Sometimes people get emotionally attached to opinions because they believe that if that opinion goes sideways, that means that maybe they are not as smart as they think. That means that they get addicted to that. That's really, and they have the defensive behavior because they will catch that opinion. It will fight till the end, even though that maybe they are 10% truth and 90% is not truth. But they will fight for the 10% as much as they can till the death because they are emotionally attached to that opinion. Because they attach some kind of emotions about themselves for that opinion. So we need to be careful about opinions and emotions. We're not supposed to attach our emotions to opinion. Because opinion is supposed to be totally logical. Like we make buying decisions based on emotions and we rationalize. A lot of times making opinions. And then of course we base on some kind of emotions. So we need to be careful and ask why I think this way. And maybe able to detach all the emotions. Because when we become emotional, we lose the thinking power. That is very important. When we become emotional, we're losing thinking power. And of course, we will not be able to really express our opinions in the highest possible way. Number 9 is self-righteousness. And that means that you potentially could feel that you are more qualified than other people. Now, of course, sometimes it could be the case. But a lot of times we position ourselves as peers in that topic just because we feel that we invested enough time in the topic, enough time to build opinion. It's I know this. I'm good. I spend like 3 hours on looking on YouTube. I'm a professional at this. No, like we need to understand that there is a lot of people who know more than you, and they looked even more than yourself. And we need to understand that we're not supposed to put self-righteous hat all the time and speaking with opinions. We need to have confidence in ourselves, need to be humble and confident, but at the same time not self-righteous. Be humble, understanding, okay, you might be invested a lot of time into researching and learning as well. I want to understand you. I want to learn your perspective. I want to see what you see. And I will show what I see. Because, as I said, there's a lot of times when we have an apple from both sides, it could be that both sides are so totally different. Even the same apple have totally different sides. Sometimes even that other bite is bitten and another side is only still clean. When we look from different sides, the apple will be so much different. So we need to understand what other person sees to understand their opinion. Because sometimes it could be that two opinions will be true at the same time. And if we are not careful, we will believe that we are self-righteous and another person is wrong and loser. And number 10, the last one about opinions I want to mention is fear of change. That means that we addicted to opinions because really we believed that opinion for so long. We have an idea about something, an opinion about something for 10 years, for 5 years, for 15 years, 20 years. It might be that opinion was very, very strong and you believed so long. And now believing something different, something else, is very, very uncomfortable. And saying that you were wrong, totally wrong. And I think that every single person needs to learn how to say, I was wrong. I was younger. I didn't have that perspective. And I have much more perspective. And I'm supposed to be grateful that I have more perspective, not to attach and hold that opinion because I was holding that too long. No, we say that I am better. I improved. I'm much more wiser. I'm not that person that I was 20 years ago that really start to believe this opinion. I'm a totally different person. And I think that that's when you're really able to make that choice to understanding that you're not the same person that was 20 years ago when they start to believe that opinion. And then it's much easier to accept that, okay, I'm changing this opinion. That's okay. Because we want to be consistent. But we consistent with growth, with improvement, we change, with improvement, we consistently improve ourselves. And because we consistent with that, with growth, we could say that was my mistake. I didn't know as I know now, and move forward. Because the faster you're able to make that choice, the faster you're able to really say that I made a mistake. Now I believe something else. And own that. That's the faster way to really grow, improve, and get better. Because opinions could slow you down if you allow them to do so. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.